Alright, so we back with another video. Today we're going to be doing the awards predictions. We're going to be doing our mid-season awards prediction. Now, we're going to be doing this the best way possible. Not only am I going to be talking about mine, but I'm also going to be critiquing somebody else's opinion. Because that's what y'all do on my videos all the time. So why not I give it a try? But today we're not going to really be focusing too much on critiquing. We're going to be trying to just take in who, just to make sure I don't forget nothing, who are going to be winning every award, and I don't want to forget no awards as well. So we're going to be talking about the rookies of the year. We're going to be talking about the defensive player of the year. We're going to be talking about the offensive player of the year, the coach of the year, the comeback player of the year, and the MVP. If y'all do want more videos like this, make sure to like the video. Hopefully you like the video. I was going to start doing mock drafts, but I'm low-key going to probably try to slow down on doing 2 videos a week because that does mess up a lot of stuff that's going on. But for the most part, let's hop into it. Alright, so I've been into it. Let's just get straight to it. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jackson Dart. I'm trying to think who else could really get this. It's been a quarterback award. You got to think about what Puka did in his rookie year. He still didn't get it over CJ Stroud. And I think he had, if we talk about at the position, I think he did have a better season than Stroud. But Stroud had a crazy impact on his team if you think about what the Texans were before that season. So that was a really weird one because they both were pretty deserving. Then you had last year with Jaden Daniels. I think Jaden Daniels was clear cut. You know what I'm saying? I think you had guys like Neighbors, BTJ, Brock Bowers, Ladd that had great seasons. But I thought JD was pretty clear cut. Kind of similar things with Stroud, but if not even better, with even more impact, you could argue. That was a very, very good season by JD. And then this year, thinking about like all the competition that Jackson Dart has, Ibuka was very good to start the year. He is slowing down. Outside of Ibuka, the best next guy probably was Scatterboo, who was injured. Maybe Ashton Dinty could have a better into the season, but he has a really tough division. I don't know. I think it's probably just going to have to be Jackson Dart, man. I think it's probably just going to have to be Jackson Dart. I think I seen he played 5 games, got 12 touchdowns. I think this is not really updated. So yeah, it probably is Jackson Dart. Is the easy selection for the time being? Okay. Yeah, it has. Yeah. Okay. Then we got Defensive Rookie of the Year. Now, Jahad Kimball has been really good. Do I think he's going to actually get it? I would probably say no. It probably end up being Abdul Carter, because I do think he gonna get the stats, but I think Jahad Campbell has been better. Personally, I think the issue with him is low-key, he hasn't been getting as many opportunities. Like it says, Nakobe Dean came back, and I don't know why, but Jahad Campbell has definitely been outplaying them. Like that first game when they played the Giants, low-key, I feel like that was kind of a questionable decision in my opinion. But I would say Jahad Campbell. Then we got the Offensive Player of the Year. I don't think this is even really a debatable thing right now. If anything, he been so good. He been in that MVP race. Kind of similar to CMC. The year that Lamar won it the last time. And then last year, you had Saquon that I thought was very, very deserving over the Josh Allens, the Lamar, the Burrow, whoever you had in there. So Jonathan Taylor is the new, I guess, running back for this year. He's maybe having the best season of the last 3. So you could argue he's been better than what Saquon did last year. You could argue he's been better than what CMC did the year prior. I think CMC was probably more deserving than Saquon last year because CMC may not was as good as Jonathan Taylor or Saquon, but the quarterback position especially wasn't at the same level as last year. Especially last year, we had a pretty crazy season from a couple guys. But this year, I don't think it's going to be anything on the level of what Josh Allen and Lamar was doing, to be real. So, I probably would say it's going to be Jonathan Taylor, for sure, in that race for the MVP. I don't know if he's going to win it because it has become pretty much a quarterback award. We'll see. I'm going to say Offensive Player of the Year. I think JSN has a shout in this. Puka comes back. He could go off again. I would say JSN. or Jonathan Taylor. I would probably have to go Jonathan Taylor right now. I don't really think Jonathan Taylor's going to keep this up, though, because, like, I think it's going to be a regression to the norm, which is still going to be very, very good, but I don't think he's going to be getting 2+ TDs a game type pace. Like, I don't think that's too realistic, to be real. Like, yeah. Yeah, he has 12 rushing touchdowns. 12 rushing touchdowns. And I think he has 3 or 2 receiving touchdowns, too. So, yeah, bro, I don't... Is it really just 12? Is it 12 or 14? I thought he had 14 touchdowns. Either way, the brother has more touchdowns than he has games. He's on a crazy pace. So, we'll see. We'll see. Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett had 5 sacks against the Patriots as a Patriots fan. I can see that. I think Nick Bonito, if we're doing an edge, probably deserves it a little bit more. Honestly, Derwin James got hurt. I would have had him in this conversation 100%. I think Derwin has been amazing. But it kind of, bro, I don't really like how the Defensive Player of the Year award has kind of turned into, like, who has the most sacks. I don't really like that personally. And I was a kind of a person that didn't think Pat Surtain deserved it over at Van Ginkel, but I think Van Ginkel just had a great all-around season for everything that he was doing. It's kind of hard to say Myles Garrett not, because if you think about who the best defensive player in the world right now, it would be Myles Garrett. But I think he's having the best defensive season out of all the players? That's where it's debatable. I think he probably gonna have the best game of the season by far, what he did against the Patriots. But do I think he's been the best this season? I would argue no, personally. But okay, I'm not mad at Myles Garrett. He probably is the best defensive player in the world, so that's not that crazy. Then we got Coach of the Year, Shane Steichen. I thoroughly disagree with this one, but if there was a second place, he would be in the convo. I did my coach tier list. I think it goes, honestly, I would go a couple people for Shane Steichen. I think the improvement that this Colts team is definitely a lot on Shane Steichen. I think a lot has to do with how hands-on the ownership with the Colts has been. I think a lot has to do with the upgraded quarterback they've also got. I think that's went a long way. I think some of the additions they picked up defensively also. I think this team was just improved as well. I don't think it was all Shane Steichen. I think he's a fantastic coach. But I don't think it's really been on him. I don't think he's had as hard of a job as some of these other coaches. I'm a Cowboys hater. I think Cowboys with a new head coach, what he's come and done with that Cowboys offense, especially with how bad that defense is, with how the owner has kind of just took over that team and kind of made the team worse for no reason. And now they're trying to go and get an edge. I think the Cowboys coach has a shout in it. But the people I would say deserves this or not even really close to me is Shanahan. I had my question marks with Shanahan after last year. And this year, he's not done anything but had a similar season injury-wise as last year. You could argue they have even more. The only person that's not really getting injured at this point is really CMC. And they have not missed a beat this year. They have been very consistent winning games against teams they probably shouldn't be even competitive with. But they are, because they have been the most best, well-coached team on both sides of the football. Play calling, play design, scheme, whatever you want to talk about, 49ers have been excellent. So I would say the 49ers. I think the Seahawks is in there. I think the Colts coach is in there. I think if we're doing a top 5, Colts coach, Seahawks coach are definitely in there. I think when you think about the Cowboys coach, they've dealt with a lot of injuries themselves. You can throw in Todd Bowles, in my opinion, as well. They've dealt with a lot of injuries as well. But I would say the Colts coach. All right, let's continue. Next, MVP. They don't got the other ones? Oh, this is trash. So we got to... so I did this for no reason. I didn't want it to spoil because it's a real reaction. But they didn't even talk about all the other ones. So let's talk about them. Comeback Player of the Year. I think CMC probably gets that. I'm trying to think who else could even really be in this conversation. I think I've seen some people saying Daniel Jones. That's tough. That's tough because Daniel Jones played last year. To start the year, I didn't think he played bad with the Giants. Then he had a couple bad running games, like 2 or 3 bad running games. They get rid of him. He goes to the Vikings. He doesn't really play. So I say CMC because he got hurt. He was hurt all last year. He had the little I don't know. By the way, I don't know what happened. He had tendonitis in both his Achilles. He ended up tearing his Achilles, I believe. in that game against Buffalo, and he's come back this year and had a really good year so far. He's apparently on pace to be the first player ever to have two 1,000 seasons. I know he did it with the Panthers, but I think there was somebody else that did that too. But yeah, I think CMC probably got that. There's something else I'm forgetting. I can't think of it, so let's just keep it moving, bro. Oh! Defensive player? Oh, we already did that. All right, let's just keep moving then. All right, and then we got MVP, Mahomes. I think Mahomes probably does win it. Because you got to think about it. I think it's going to be media involved with it and all that stuff. I do think Drake Maye is kind of getting crazy media push. He got crazy PR right now. I can't lie. But it's Mahomes at the end of the day. Like, nobody got the PR and Mahomes got. I can't lie. So, I think Mahomes, he going to have the stats. Is he playing? I don't think, I'm going to be real. It may be a hot take. Watching these games, Mahomes ain't really been playing that crazy. He ain't been playing to the level that I guess he's definitely having his best season since Tyreek Hill left. For sure. It's not even debatable. It's not even debatable. Is this peak Mahomes, though, is what I'm saying? No. It's not even close to that. But I said this. Chiefs, they get Rice back. That's going to be a scary team. That defense has been getting better every week since I said that. And that offense is getting very, very tough to contain for a full game. We've seen the Commanders kind of do it for one half, but they couldn't do it for a full game. So, interesting. This upcoming Sunday, they are playing the Bills, so that'll be a pretty big game for them. But that's really a bigger game for the Bills, I would say, than it is for them, because Bills beat them every year in the regular season. They lose to them in the regular season now. We're going to have to start having conversations with them, to be real, because they pretty much beat them every year in the regular season. The issue is they lose to them in the playoffs. Maybe if they lose in the regular season, that means they can win in the playoffs. I don't think they're undefeated in the regular season, though. I think they got like one loss in like 4 or 5 games, whereas in the playoffs, they lose every year to them. They don't lose to nobody else. They lose to just this team, which is kind of funny to me in terms of how people talk about Josh Allen, because they literally only lose to one team. Like, it's literally only one team. But just what it is, to be real. And yeah, we'll see what that happens with. But I think the only other quarterback that is in this conversation is Drake Maye. I think if we thinking about what most valuable player is, I would say Drake Maye over Mahomes. But I think Drake Maye has been better as a quarterback. But statistically, Mahomes has been better, if that makes sense. So it really does get a little interesting in that aspect. Especially when you think about the fact, kind of like with Myles Garrett, I don't know if he's having the best season defensively, but people will argue that Mahomes is the best player in the league, regardless of what he's playing like that season. So it does get a little tough with that type of stuff. You can throw in Jonathan Taylor in this. I think JSN still leading the league in yards. If you look at pretty much the catch to target percentage, you look at the yards per route run, he's having a generational receiving season, literally. So I think JSN could have a shout if the Seahawks keep this going. Darnold has been very good as well. He's had his ups and downs, but he's been very good this year. I don't think there's too many quarterbacks outside of Mahomes and Drake Maye right now in this conversation. Josh Allen has been inconsistent. Lamar has not been playing games. So yeah, I think some Ravens fans are trying to say that if Lamar keeps this, if he brings them back to the playoffs, which he will. It's not even like a hot take. He's going to. The Steelers are not that good. The Bengals don't even have Burrow. They have their own issue at quarterback with injuries. It's not really a hot take that they'll go on and win that division. I think they even played the Steelers twice too. So they really control their destiny. And they already won a game recently without Lamar. So they kind of get in the step of the right direction after a bye week. So I think the Ravens could go on a win. Do I think Lamar has a chance in the MVP race? I would probably say no, because he just missed too many games. I don't think he's going to be able to keep up statistically with Mahomes, what he's going to do. I'm probably just going to have to say Mahomes, Drake Maye, or JT. It was somebody else I'm forgetting, but I think it's that theory. I know a lot of people want to say Baker, but nah. I kind of stand on what I said in a couple of videos back when I was ranking the QBs. I think Baker, at that point, was playing like the best quarterback in the league, especially when it was hot off that Seahawks game. That was probably going to be the best game we see from a quarterback all season. Playoffs, regular season, it's probably going to be the best game we see. He didn't really make a single mistake in that whole game. He ended with like 400 yards, 4 TDs. He was fantastic in that game. With crazy, I think he had 4 incompletions. Crazy in that game. But the issue is, that's like the only game where he's been that good for the whole, well, not saying that good, but that's the only game he's been really consistent the whole game. What's really got him his claim to fame this year, in my opinion, is in the clutch, where he's been by far the best player in the clutch. Now, he's kind of had a couple rough two-stretch of games. We'll see if he can get that back on road, but for now, I don't think I got Baker in the same talks as Pat Mahomes and Drake Maye. I thought Pat Mahomes would kind of nerf his quality with the picks he just had against the Commanders, but he went on in the second half to have 3 touchdowns with like 1 or 2 incompletions. He had a Drake Maye type second half, man. Drake Maye kind of do that kind of every single half. Like, he has a game where he has a half where he pretty much has like 1 incompletion or no incompletions. Like, he's had that a couple times already this year. I think Drake Maye is just playing at a different level right now at the quarterback position in terms of pre-snap, post-snap, accuracy, consistency, all over the field, like down the field. You know what I'm saying? Throwing on time, knowing when to run. The only issue I've probably had with Drake Maye so far, not even really making the mistakes in decision making. I think he's been pretty good at those 2 things in terms of, he did have a pick against the Browns where he said, "I forgot people can jump." That was pretty funny. That was a Josh Allen type thing comment. I'm not gonna lie, but when it comes to the sacks, I think some sacks this year has been on Drake Maye a little bit, but that's probably the only issue I can say. That's probably the only issue, and he's always been a very good quarterback in terms of avoiding sacks. So I don't think it's all been on him, but it's been a lot on him this year, especially against the Browns. I think a couple of those was him. But yeah, that's the video. That's my predictions for the NFL awards going into week 9. I don't think I'm gonna post this in this week. I'll probably try to post it the day of or Sunday, so we'll see. But yeah, y'all do one more, like the video. Hopefully you like the video. Subscribe, all that good stuff out the way, man. It's your boy Fitz. I'm out the way, man.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!